Since the dawn of time, people have been trying to figure out, why am I here? Another way of asking that is, what is my purpose? Hey, my name is Umar Hamid, and I'm going to guide you on that journey. And this is step one, giving you the foundation of what you need to know. Then I'm going to give you some homework to do. And taking all the data from your homework, I'm going to help you put it together so you uncover your purpose in life. And when you know it, it will resonate with your heart and you go, oh my God, that's it. And what it does for you is something huge. It allows you to make sense of the world. All of a sudden you know what you're doing, why you're doing it. You align what you're doing for a living. Instead of going in that direction, you're going in this direction. So every day is a joyous day, and you become one of those sick individuals that wakes up every morning going, oh my God, I can't believe I get to do what I get to do. And every day is a joyous day. At the end of the day, even if it was a tough day, you come home energized, baby, fully there for your family and whatever you're doing that evening. Is when you don't know what your purpose is, that's where you're doing work, you're working hard, and you're not getting the fulfillment that you want. And after a tough day, you don't come home energized, you come home like, let me watch TV and numb my brain. So, what is purpose? Well, the first thing you need to understand is purpose is a direction and not a destination. Let me give you an example. Today I happen to be in Baltimore, Maryland. There's an international airport here as well. And let's say my purpose was going west in that direction. But let's say I took a trip, got in a car and I drove to Chicago, which is, let's say, more in that direction, but there is a westerly component to it. So as I'm doing that, going towards Chicago, it'd be an okay trip, even if I got a flat tire, because I'm kind of going in a westerly direction. When I get to Chicago, I could go to San Francisco. From San Francisco, I could go to Tokyo, Tokyo to London, London back to Baltimore. And when I get back here, I got just as much, I've got just as much west as I had before left to go, right? Second trip, I could go from Baltimore to Dallas to San Francisco to Seoul, Korea to Paris, back to Baltimore. Now here's where the confusion comes in. Let's say you thought that your purpose was San Francisco. You go from Baltimore to Tennessee, Tennessee to Las Vegas, Las Vegas to San Francisco. The entire direction, you're going towards a westerly direction, it's going to be a joyous journey. When you get to San Francisco, you're going to go, oh my God, I finally made it here. But after a month or two, you'll realize that the Golden Gate Bridge isn't golden at all. It's more of a rust color. And you'll go, is that all there is? I thought it would be better, because we're mistaking direction with destination. And you know people that you've met that are like, oh my God, I got to get a job at IBM. It's going to be the best thing ever. And they obsess about it. They finally get the job. You meet them 3 weeks later or 3 months later, and you ask them, how's it going? And they go, I thought it would be better. Because they got a job that they really wanted, but it wasn't in alignment with their purpose. So how do you uncover purpose? So here's the homework I'd like you to do to get ready to meet with me so we can uncover your purpose. I want you to get a deck of 3x5 cards from any office supply store. Get plenty of them. Get some markers. You might get a blue marker, a green marker. Different colors are best. And I want you to have at least 2 different markers. Then I want you to think of someone that you admire. So let's say I admire Tony Robbins. Then I go, what do I admire about him? It's like he is enthusiastic. So I get the 3x5 card and I write down enthusiastic, and whatever color I choose to write that down, I'm going to use all the attribute cards to be the same color so we can keep them separate. So I put down that card and I think, is there anything else that I admire about Tony Robbins? And I go, tenacious, he never gives up. So I write down tenacious and I put that down. Then I think of somebody else that I admire. And this will be a nice 15-20 minute exercise, and you'll be thinking about people you admire and what attributes you admire about them. And pretty soon you'll get a deck of cards that you filled out, and some of them may have a lot of repeats. So let's say I had a lot of people that were tenacious. That just shows me that's a really important attribute to me. So that's part 1 of the exercise. This is part 2 of the exercise. I want you to get a different color marker so you can keep the 2 decks separate. You'll get a blank index cards, and I want you to think of all the things you've done in your life, from projects you did in elementary school, summer jobs that you had, things you did for church, things you did in high school, in college, jobs that you've had, and you think about a particular job. And let's say the job, one of my jobs was working at the Toronto International Airport in the parking lot. That was my part-time job when I was going to high school. And what did I love about that job? I loved communicating with the customers. That actually made me smile. So I'm going to get a blank card, get that different color marker, and write down communicator and put that down. Was there anything else I did at that job that I liked? And it's like, nope, didn't like anything else there. Then I go to another job that I liked, and I figure out what aspects of the job I liked, and I write them down individually on a 3x5 card in that marker, so it's separate from the attribute tag. Now keep in mind, in both exercises, the attributes that you admire, it doesn't have to be people that are, people that you think are fabulous. It could be that, oh, I think this guy is a complete idiot, but his ability to, let's say, be organized is really that attribute I love. And you could write that down. And the same thing with jobs. You could have a job, you worked at McDonald's and you hated the job, but one aspect of the job you loved and it made you smile, write that down. That's your homework. When you got the homework complete, reach out to me. We're going to meet together. I'm going to help you put all of this together, and you'll uncover your purpose, and it'll be a life-changing event. Do the homework, have fun, take your time. It's good to introspect about who you are, and I will see you on our call.